Hey everyone, today we're back with the Nexgrill Oakford 1000 and I got a new auger. So if you watched my last couple of videos, you saw I put it together, went to prime it, and the auger just didn't work right out of the box. So Nexgrill said that they could have me one in about 8 to 10 weeks, but Amazon had a generic one that I'm hoping fits. I haven't tried this yet, but I got it in about 2 or 3 days. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's put this in. This is the auger motor that I picked up, and like I said, it's just very generic. It came right off of Amazon. It's got a shear pin that I hope fits. It's got a output shaft that I hope is the same size. Again, I've never done this and I couldn't find any videos on doing this. So we're just gonna start taking things apart and just hope that it fits. Now, I do recommend this cover. This is a great cover. Everything that I'm using today can be found down in the description with the Amazon links. Now, from what I can see, there are a few ways to get this hopper off. So I was looking around on the inside, just poking around. You can see my hands are a little bit dirty. And there is a temperature probe that will not allow me to pull the hopper off as a whole unit. So what I have to do is pull this control panel off. And there are a couple plugs here that actually go to that temperature probe. And so I'm going to unplug that, and then I think I'm going to unscrew these outside screws here that hold it onto a bracket. And I think the whole thing will come off that way. All right, this is going to work, but I'm going to have to pull all the screws off on the bottom because of the plug-in. I left the one holding the cord on in place. I'm hoping this will just kind of swing down and that'll hold it there. Yes, it will. All right, and that screw that I had in place, just kind of holding everything together. We'll pull it out. So I can squeeze this down in there and get that out of the way so that. Oh yeah. Now, this guy just sits there loose. Okay, you might have a little trouble here. You can see here how loose this is. They're not held in with much of anything except for this little shear pin that's right here. So I'm gonna go see if I can figure out what size Allen and what size nut that is so I can pull this out. So we're dealing with a standard size Allen and a metric size nut. So 7/64 Allen and 8mm nut. All right, pull that guy out. Going to unplug this here, run it back through that zip tie that's not doing much. There's a knot in the wire. All right, so pull the wire out, and there it is. Out. I think it looks identical to the other one. But you can see here on the inside of that motor, it does have a part number. It says gear motor SP6016G2 RPMs E474943. So if that means anything, go look it up on the internet, and that's exactly what you need. Now, this is the new motor. This is the old motor. They look identical, except look how much beefier that wire is compared to this guy. Right? This here is like size. This is it says 18 gauge. It just must be better insulated, because this is about 18 as well, but that one's way more insulated. So I'm just pulling the screw off this shear pin here. All right, this guy will go back together. So just basic reversal of everything we've just done. Put it back in, had to maneuver the auger a little bit just to get everything to line up. Pushing this back through the grommet hole on the back side, and this is going to plug right back in. Same connection, plugged in, no issue. All right, now it's time to put all this back together. Yeah, wish me luck. Now, in retrospect, I probably didn't have to unplug that temperature probe, but it did give me a good look onto the inside to see what I actually had to do to take it apart. So I'm just putting everything back together the way that it was. All right, we got it all put back together. Now, let's see if it works. I'd be worried there for a second. I had the power strip turned off. So again, let's turn it on. Run this up to 400. Going to hit enter. Let's see what happens when I hit the prime button. Yes! Broke through those pellets without any issues. I think we got it. We're gonna see if it turns on, if it starts to, fire up. I'm gonna add some pellets. I'm gonna let this thing burn at 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and this should burn off all of that packing and factory oil and everything that's in there. And I think we're gonna be ready to cook. So I got pellets in there now. I got pellets all the way throughout the system, and I just hit that play button, so it should start to burn. Now, while we're waiting, I'm gonna pull this little motor apart just to see what went wrong. Look at all that smoke. Accidentally got on these. A little too hard. Stripped them out. They are not coming out. All right, couldn't get it done with the screwdriver, so got the grinder on it. All right, found the problem. Motor itself was actually good. This guy right here. Fixed it. It was this guy right here. So this sprocket was not seated properly, and it was spinning around that shaft. So this just spun instead of biting. So now it actually works, which makes a lot of sense. That's why I was able to move that auger around to get to the screw and the shear pin that was in here. It was because this just spun around the inside of that sprocket, that little gear. I think it's good. The screws are no longer any good. But might save it for a spare. I don't know. Maybe I'll just drill these out and run me some new screws down in there. But back in business. All right, we're at 340 degrees and we're still climbing. I've heard the auger work twice. Continues to work. I figured out what was wrong with the other motors, so I think this has been pretty successful. Tearing into this thing, I did get to see a little bit more into the build that Nexgrill has done, and I am still really confident in what they've built here. That motor had to have been assembled wrong at whatever factory it is that builds that motor. So I don't really think that's a Nexgrill issue. Everything that they did on their end, assembling all that, was to get, was good. It's just whatever company that is had some poor quality control. And maybe that is a reflection on Nexgrill. Maybe they're using cheaper parts because quality control is expensive. So maybe they're going with places and they have a really good warranty. So maybe it's just cheaper for them to warranty something out than it is to pay for that extra quality control. I don't know. I'm not in charge. That's above my pay grade. So 365, 366. I think that's about it. So if this was helpful, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, you want to stick around for some truck videos, travel trailer videos, fishing videos, or whatever, make sure you subscribe. All right, everybody, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.